Welcome to the CEO Tech Talks podcast, where vision meets impact. I am your host, Ambreen Ahmed. Each episode, I sit down with exceptional leaders who are shaping the future of business, technology, and transformation. This show is about more than just success. It's about clarity, purpose, and those bold decisions that light the way forward. Join me as we uncover the insights, challenges, and breakthroughs from today's most inspiring voices. Leaders who are redefining what it means to lead in a rapidly changing world. This is CEO Tech Talks. Let's dive in. Today's guest, Chris Logan, is the co-founder of Virtual Wholesaling Made Simple, an online community and coaching program that guides new wholesalers on how to land their first deal in just 90 days, even if they have a full-time job and zero experience. He believes the best deals aren't always in your backyard and that your next deal is just a phone call away. With over a decade in the business and more than 600 deals under his belt, Chris is passionate about helping others break free from the rat race and create the financial freedom they truly desire. Welcome, Chris, and thank you for joining.
Ambreen, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to just sharing what I know with your audience.
Well, let's get into it. Tell us about your role at Virtual Wholesaling Made Simple.
Yeah, sure. So I've been wholesaling houses, wholesaling real estate for the last 13 years. My wife and I started doing this around 13 years ago. And wholesaling real estate, for those of you listening who don't know what it is, wholesaling real estate isn't really a real estate business. It's a sales and marketing business. What we're doing is we're identifying the worst house in the best neighborhood. We are marketing to these sellers and then basically making an offer and we're making an offer, a wholesale offer on these properties, putting the property under contract, and then selling our contract to a buyer who wants to pay more. And then that's how we get paid. So we're kind of like a matchmaker, putting together motivated sellers and motivated buyers. So we started on this path in real estate because, it was the natural path for me at the time. I didn't have a lot of money when I first got into real estate, and my credit really wasn't the best. And so I really wanted to start in a way that I could get into real estate without investing a ton of money to buy property. So this is just an amazing strategy to be able to do it. So fast forward, it took us 6 months to do our first deal. And then fast forward 3 years, we left our full-time corporate jobs, and that was 10 years ago, and we haven't looked back since. So it's been an amazing blessing to me and my family, and we've done a little over 600 deals. We've grown our real estate business to over 7 figures, and now we're really passionate about showing others how to do the same thing and how to have the benefits of real estate like we've had in our own life. And that's when we started Virtual Wholesaling Made Simple, and that was roughly about 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow, congratulations. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
What does a typical day look like for you?
Yeah. So a typical day for me, I typically have a meeting with my real estate team. So I'm fully pulled out of that business. I have deals going under contract and getting sold every single day. And so I usually have a short meeting on that side with them. Outside of that, I'm talking to a lot of new wholesalers who are brand new to real estate investing. They're looking to get started and create this bright and beautiful future. They just don't know how to do it. And so from there, I offer game plans and really help them take their first steps to land their first deal. And then I have coaching clients I'm working with to basically take whatever financial goal they give me and turn that into a reality through our step-by-step program that we have.
So what industry shifts are you seeing right now?
In real estate? Yeah. So great question. So a big industry shift that we're seeing on the real estate side, or a big shift that we're seeing on the real estate side, is going from a seller's market to a buyer's market. So for the longest time, we've had a really good run over the last 10 years in real estate, and sellers pretty much could quote however much they wanted. And buyers, because the limited inventory, just kind of had to go along with it and get the best deals that they could. Things have since shifted to where now it's more of a buyer's market. So there are more sellers than there are buyers. And so given that, buyers have more options now. So buyers are now the ones that are in the driver's seat. They're making offers, and sellers are having to accept offers they wouldn't normally accept. So it's a phenomenal opportunity right now for people who are brand new getting into real estate, because there's an abundance of deals out there. It's much easier, and you can create just a phenomenal opportunity by getting started.
Okay. And how is this industry shift impacting your business?
Yeah. So the industry shift at first was a bit challenging with our business and pretty much every real estate investor across the country. When 2023 hit and mortgage rates all of a sudden went high, the issue with that is people stopped buying houses for a little bit, or not as many people were buying houses. And so when people slow down in buying houses, the people that buy properties from us, they also slow down. So we have no problem getting deals under contract, but getting them sold was like a really, really big problem, right? Because the people who buy from a wholesaler, cash buyers, these are people who are looking to fix and flip they're looking to fix up the property and flip it for a profit. But they have to be able to sell it to a homeowner, right? And if homeowners are slowing buying and properties are sitting on the market longer, then buyers are going to be much pickier with the types of properties they go with. So that's kind of how it affected us initially. And then when things kind of leveled out and a lot of the fear in the market went away, was when things started stabilizing, people started buying again. So it was a little wonky for about a year, but things kind of are getting back to normal.
Okay. So what's working well for you right now and what's been frustrating?
Yeah, so what's working really well for us right now is truly just like a lot of people call them old school tactics, like picking up the phone, having a conversation with somebody. Shocking, that's a crazy thing right now. But we like picking up the phone and calling sellers, right? A lot of people say, "Oh, cold calling doesn't work anymore, or it's outdated." I love hearing people say that because it drifts them away from doing it, and then we double down on it, right? So direct person to person is working really well. When it comes to that, a lot of other types of marketing strategies can be up and down, but cold calling has always worked, always will work. And that's what we're doing right now to land deals.
Okay. And that is a different way, old school way, as you mentioned, and it
Yeah.
still works, eh?
Yes, it
Okay.
totally still works. Yeah.
Okay.
There's been regulations that have changed. Like, for example, the TCPA, there's regulations that have come out where, it's kind of made it harder to reach sellers because the carriers are now filtering calls as spam, certain calls as spam calls. So there is a few things that you want to make sure to do when you're reaching out to sellers. And that is making sure that you have multiple phone numbers to reach out to them. If you're using a dialer, that's what we use. We use a dialer called Batch Leads. It's a
Mhm.
triple line dialer. It dials 3 phone numbers at the same time. We upload a list of motivated homeowners
Okay.
and it dials these people. And then when one person picks up, we connect. So the key there is making sure you're calling people with an area code that matches their area. That's number one. So that way they're more likely to pick up. Number two, making sure you're not going over 100 dials on a single phone number inside of 24 hours. Because if you do, your number could be marked as spam. So that's why
Okay.
we use multiple numbers to call people and it just kind of rotates between them.
Okay. Okay. So this is what's working well for you. What about what's frustrating?
Yeah. So when it comes to like what's frustrating right now, I would say buyers being a little pickier now because remember, we're in the buyer's market. And so
Mhm.
buyers can be more selective on deals. I
Okay.
would say 2 or 3 years ago, we could send a property to our cash buyers list and we'd have multiple offers on there, some over asking, we could clear an additional 10 or $15,000 over asking. But now how it's changed is we're sending out our properties a lot more conservatively. So we're pricing them more conservatively, really to move quickly. So it's more about volume now more than making as much as you can on every property.
Okay. So where would you like to be 6 to 12 months from now?
Yeah. So in 6 to 12 months from now, when it comes to our wholesaling business, like we have grown that to a little over 7 figures. So we're happy with where that business is. When it comes to the coaching business that we have, we just want to impact more people. We want to connect with more people, help more people become successful in real estate. And that word of mouth spreads. And the more that spreads, the more that we're going to grow. And so that's really what we're looking to do. We have some pretty big goals when it comes to that of things we'd like to hit and where we'd like to go to and grow to. But ultimately, yeah, we just want to serve our clients in the best way we can and just continue to grow that.
Okay. Which metrics are you most focused on improving?
So when it comes to the real estate business that we have, we're always looking at how many leads it takes us to get a closed deal, right? And that's really important because if we have a benchmark, let's say we know it takes around 35 leads to get a closed deal, then if it ever goes above that, then what we look at is we look at our team, like how can we help them improve, right? Because it's usually something they're saying over the phone. Maybe the conversations are going in a direction they shouldn't, and it's why it's taking more opportunity to get a closed deal. If it's going less than that, it's like, okay, that's good. So how can we maintain that and grow that even more, right? On the coaching side, what I would say when it comes to metrics that we're looking to improve, I would definitely like to say that we're always looking to get people results faster. So that is something that we're always looking at how to do. Typically, the average person coming through our program can land their first deal inside of 90 days. We've had some people land one inside of 2 weeks, some people in 30 days, some people it takes them 4 months, right? But I'm always looking for ways that we can help people have success much faster.
Okay. If you could solve one industry challenge right now, what would it be?
That's a great question. If there is one industry challenge right now that I could solve, it would be affordability when it comes to housing. Actually, there's two things. Can I give you two things?
Of course, please.
Yeah. So number one, on the real estate side, I would say affordability with housing. Prices have gone up on housing tremendously, and it's outpacing wages for people. And it's kind of like a tough time for a lot of people out there. So I would love to see some type of way that they could get back of a handle on that and to where things could level out a bit. That's on the real estate side. On the coaching side, industry improvement that I would like is I would like to see I would like to see more people getting what they paid for when it comes to the coaching side. I have a lot of people that come to me kind of broken and upset, frustrated because they invested in this coach who promised them the world, they invested their hard-earned dollars, and then they, once they invested the money, like they didn't hear from the person ever again, or it
Oh,
would take them like
no.
2 weeks to get their questions answered, or just not great service. And so I would like to see that as a whole change in the coaching industry, because it's hurting the whole. Like when people come to me and they see this completely different experience, I mean, obviously that's good for me, but I feel like coaches can do better. If someone's investing their hard-earned dollars to get a result from you, like actually deliver on that and get them the results that they paid for. A lot of that responsibility falls on the person, but at the same time, I feel like there's just a lot of people out there who just aren't doing the right things, and I just like to see that improve as a whole.
I love that. I'd like to shift as we wrap up into rapid fire closing questions.
Go for it.
What's a tool in your business you refuse to operate without?
So ChatGPT.
It. Your preferred type of market to operate in?
So I like operating in markets where the median home price is below the national median home price. So if I find a state that has a median home price lower than the national home price, that's good for us. And for those listening who don't know what that is, the median home price is, if you picture housing prices on a timeline where you have the $1,000 and less house on the left and the multi-million-dollar house on the right, the median home price is the one in the middle. It's the most common type of house being bought and sold. So if we're below the median home price, that means we're targeting the right territories where cash buyers are going to be able to afford the properties we get, and the average homeowner is going to be able to get those properties too.
Finish this sentence, please. The future of real estate investing is?
Future of real estate investing is exciting. Yeah, we're in a time right now that there's just so much opportunity for people, because a lot of people who weren't doing business the right way have been kind of removed from the market. So much of the competition has gone in the past few years, and there's a lot of opportunity out there right now.
Chris, thank you so much for sharing your entrepreneurial journey and how virtual wholesaling made simple works. I've learned a lot, as our listeners will as well. Thank you so much. And any last remarks?
No. All I would say is just, if you're wanting to get into real estate, take the first step. Don't wait. There's no perfect moment. There's no perfect time. Not everything is going to magically calm down in your life. Just go ahead and take the step, and you'll be glad you did.
For listeners, explore virtualwholesalingmadesimple.com for deeper material on deal flow and operations. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining CEO Tech Talks. I hope today's conversation sparked new insights and inspiration for your own leadership journey. Until next time, stay inspired, stay visionary, and keep leading with light. brought to you by Neura AI Consulting.